This is Carl Eller, and you're watching the One Bar and Lepagas show.
All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lepagas show. I am One Bar with Lepagas on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. Vikings bringing in yet more GM candidates requesting interviews. Before you get that, remember, subscribe to the channel, like the video, talking Vikings every damn day. Also, it's time to bust out the 5,000 contest. When we get to 5,000 subs, we'll be giving away a Vikings jersey of your choice, a One Bar and Lepagas hoodie, and a One Bar and Lepagas ball cap. Lepagas, what do you got to do to get that?
You gotta drop hashtag skull in your hole in the comments. Any video, hashtag skull in your hole for the drawing for the beautiful threesome, I guess is what it is. One Bar and Lepagas merch. And speaking of threesomes, a new threesome are being interviewed with Minnesota Vikings, making the trifecta into a sextet.
Yeah, we the Vikings, before we get into these three guys, they're doing their due diligence. I love this. I love that they're bringing all these people in and not just one and done. And I expect many, many more to be interviewed. Hopefully Ed Dodds and Mike Berganzi, who I love, and they are not doing anything with them.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen Ed Dodds floating around a little bit with the Vikings, but I've not heard anything with your Berganzi guy. But we do have three new faces. They're requesting the interview, and I don't know how many they're going to look at. I mean, how many is enough? When's it enough for them?
I want them to look at like 15 of these people. I want them all. I want them just to be thick of it. But I do think that we will have a GM sooner than later.
I think so too. I think this time next week we'll have one. I really do. Let's start. Let's start with the first one, Catherine Raiche. She is I believe the highest ranking female executive in the NFL right now. Been with the Eagles. And to me, that's the only red flag I have is you're with the Eagles, a team that's front office decided Jalen Reagor was a better selection than Justin Jefferson. You got Andre Dillard. You got some pretty bad misses recent years in the draft. So a little bit tentative to me. I know she's not the one ultimately making the final picks, but if you're part of that staff that makes that decision, not really excited about you coming here and being in charge of our personnel.
Maybe she was the one in the corner.
I hope so.
No, do not take them.
That's what I'm hoping.
I mean, obviously she's pretty high up, so she probably had some say in it, but it's tough unless they're actually linked to that pick. But her background, she came up to the Canadian Football League. She was with Montreal. She was with Toronto. And like I said, now she is with the Eagles. That she would be the second female GM in NFL history. But I believe I saw that this is the first actual interview for a GM for a female, because the other one was like the daughter and she got whatever. So Vikings bringing in Catherine Raiche. I think what I don't like about her is it seems like all the other ones have a lot more time in the NFL. I'm just being picky.
Yeah, she's only 36 or something. 30. I just saw that 32. I don't know. She's
every one of these are very young, very, very young. So Catherine Raiche, that is one to keep an eye on. Next up, Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles, Executive Director of Player Personnel for the Chiefs. Vikings looking at that Chiefs team saying, we got to have somebody on there. It's not Mike Berganzi, but it's Ryan Poles.
Again, we already talked about it in the other video, but I mean, if you can get someone from the front office who established that Chiefs team, I love what they've done in the draft. Look at last year with Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith. They got Nick Bolton in round 2, and they also traded their first round pick for Orlando Brown. They revamped their entire offensive line. They said, this line sucks. We're going to start this thing from scratch, and they made it happen through free agency in the draft. I love the fact that they went out there, saw that issue on their team and fixed it. And a lot of teams will kind of just patch it together. They said, no, we need everybody new left to right, and they did that.
Yeah, and he was this goes with a lot of GMs, but he started as a scout, worked his way up, was a finalist for the Panthers job last year, didn't get it. And key nugget here, he was the offensive lineman at Boston College, and he blocked for Matt freaking Ryan.
I didn't know that. Wow.
What a nugget I just gave you. Speaking of nuggets, final one for now anyways, John Spytek. Great name. Sounds like he should be in one hell of a thriller movie. He has been in the NFL since he's 24. He's got 18 years in it already, but he's still only 42. Been with the Bucs for the last 6 years. Promoted to vice president last year. He is in charge of the Bucs college and pro scouting department.
Again, we talked about Catherine Raiche's recent track record. You look at the Bucs' recent front office track record: Tristan Wills, Antoine Winfield Jr. Bringing in some pretty damn good talent there. They're going to be Super Bowl contenders for the second year in a row. You got Chris Godwin a couple of years back. This team has pieces all over the place, and it's, a lot has to do with the guys they've taken in the draft. So Spytek, like you said, cool name. Reminds me of that game Spy Hunter back in the day. And I mean, I like, if you're going by recent personnel that these people have drafted, Spytek and the Bucks. I like that quite a bit.
Well, Spytek, he's bounced around quite a bit too. He's been with the Browns, the Eagles, the Broncos, the Lions. So he's got a taste of many, many different teams, and it tastes delicious. He's one thing is Jason Light, the Bucks GM. It's a damn good little tree to be under. John Robinson was under that, and he's done a pretty good job at Tennessee. But he's 42 and he's been in the NFL for 18 years. Our guidance counselor sucked. They did not tell us that this could be a career path. They're telling us should be tax people or something.
Falling this out way too late in life.
Yeah, these all these young guys, GMs, they've been in the NFL forever, and they're still only like 32, 33 years old. So John Spytek, out of these three, the one that gets me most excited, it's a crapshoot, but I think Spytek just because.
Yeah, I mean, that works for me too as well. So again, 6 names now in the hat, in the ring. We're starting to get 24 more. We'll have a full-on Royal Rumble going on here, but we'll see. These interviews are going to have. We any actually time frames yet? Dates when these are supposed to happen, take place?
No dates. Just requests. Being very foggy about that.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe this will be a drawn-out process. You look at Bucks, Chiefs, Eagles. I mean, these teams are all in the playoffs, so I don't know if they're ready to leave these teams at this point. I'm sure they would still be technically employed by their team until they're eliminated, but so maybe that will delay some of these things as well.
All right. Hashtag skull in your hole in the comments for the 5,000 subs. Remember, you have to be subscribed as well. And we'll be back probably hot and heavy every damn day, multiple times.
Yeah, the news keeps pouring in, and we're going to be all over that, just like Fox. All right. Remember this. Middle finger has been used as a derogatory gesture for the last 2,800 years.